What's going on, everybody? This is Mortimer, and welcome back to the Autopsy, which is essentially my gaming vlog that I use to talk about news and other things related to gaming. So for this week, we are talking ESO's Gold Edition that was just announced, the possibility of Diablo 4, and lastly, the Technomancer, which released a couple weeks ago. So, starting with Diablo 4. Rumors are awesome sometimes. So, to just understand why I even put this in here, it was said when they finished up Diablo 3 that they were going to do a couple expansions, and that was it. The Blizzard was done with Diablo. They just weren't planning on it. But recently, I haven't seen anything about it since, but very recently, they put up a job listing on their Help Wanted, if you will, part of their site, talking about a position for Diablo as a team lead, and kind of needing the vision to take the game franchise forward. And a lot of people are like, well, what could that possibly mean except Diablo 4? And I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, I'm sure there are probably other things that could imply, but I feel like that's probably the biggest one. And like I just mentioned, the big thing there is that supposedly they said they were done with the game. So what changed their mind if that is actually the case and they started with Diablo 4? Personally, I think it would be all of the revenue and interest generated. Now that there's seasons and everything in Diablo 3, it's kind of gotten its own. It finally found a stable base, which was kind of a hard thing for Diablo 3 to find, but it seems like it's done it in recent months that I've been playing it here and there. And I almost hate to say it because I'm almost tired of going back to this game, but I would play Diablo 4. I actually have a collector's edition of almost every Diablo that you can get your hands on. And I don't know. I would be excited, but at the same time, I'm like, you said you were done. Why do you keep doing this to me? More so than WoW, actually, Diablo gets me every time. That said, moving on, I just wanted to share with you guys the rumors and stuff. Moving on to ESO's Gold Edition. Now, the whole point of this, and it's available for PC and console, you can order it right now. It comes out September 9th. It's your standard $60 like every other AAA title. But you're probably wondering what the Gold Edition is. And all the Gold Edition for ESO is it wraps up the first 4 DLCs, which is Imperial City through the Dark Brotherhood, and puts them all in one game at one price. So people can jump in and keep playing where, their friends and stuff are now, without having to buy the game, buy the DLC, buy the DLC, so on and so forth. They're making that a little easier. They actually recently mentioned that pretty soon, it's not going to be like anytime soon, maybe later this year, but they're actually planning on adding a DLC bundle to the Crown Store, which includes like all of the current DLC. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. But that's all the Gold Edition is it just wraps up the game and tries to give new players an entry point that they can actually afford, not it being like $100 plus. So I thought that was pretty cool on their part. It's one of those things where you kind of have to after a while. Like, look at WoW. WoW's had to drop the price on the base game so many times because there's so many expansions in that the starting price was getting astronomical. And, every game that's long-running has to do it eventually. ESO is no different. But I just wanted to share that, with you guys. There we go. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the Technomancer. And I recently put up a few review videos of it, and I thought it was a really good game. I would tell you it's not AAA quality, in my opinion. It's just not. However, it's a really good game, and the only reason I wanted to talk about it here as well is because it actually reminds me of what The Witcher was before it got big. So if you know much about The Witcher at all, the very first game was not huge. It was a good game. I would argue that The Witcher 1 also wasn't really a AAA game. And that's kind of why I like the Technomancer. It reminds me of that. I see so much potential there and what they could do with that game and, to go further in the future if they wanted to, if they could get the production underway and everything. And a lot like The Witcher 1, there's things I didn't like about it. There's things that didn't work well. But then they used the next 2 games to kind of get their formula down, change dynamics, add features people wanted. And I could see that same thing happening with the Technomancer. And I really loved the concept. I really enjoyed the story. Parts of it felt a bit unnecessarily rushed. But I see so much potential there. And I really hope that actually gets more games and that they push it further. Because I could see that really taking off like The Witcher was. So, that said, that's pretty much going to do it for this week, guys. If you liked the video, please subscribe, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day either way.